Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of 316, the 316 role playing game extraordinaire extravaganza. It is 317. So we this campaign missed the Terra Day celebrations, but have no fear. I just played a game yesterday of 316 for one shot for my community to celebrate Terra Day, and hopefully you did your Earth's your Terra's service proud and either picked up the book or watched the stream or watched someone else play
Or
316
killed a bug.
or just killed a bug. Exactly. So I hope everyone had a really great Terra Day. And then also happy St. Patrick's Day, I guess, for everybody. Um, I think that's a thing. John, what's up with you, buddy?
What is up with me? I'm still recovering from the intense Terra Day celebrations from yesterday. Uh, although, if you look at it one way, 317, it's one better. So our this event is like +1.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it just keeps getting better from here, really.
Yeah. We've actually been partying all night. This is the post party for Terra Day. We just haven't
Oh, I'm
slept.
so tired. Oh man.
So much fleet issue generic alcohol.
Fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Too much fun. No, I'm psyched. It's always good to be a player and get back into Sergeant Stone and the mess that we are currently in with our superior officers. Although, as we said last time, that's potentially kind of captain style problems. So I'm willing to punt while Captain Young takes care of that. Yeah, otherwise, what have I been up to lately? We started watching the Sean Bean program, which is on Netflix now.
Frankenstein something?
Yeah,
Chronicles?
the Frankenstein Chronicles, right?
It's been recommended to me, but I don't know anything about it, so I'm actually excited to hear your take.
Yeah, we started watching it kind of assuming it would be kind of cheesy, and it's pretty good, I have to say. Like, it's very solid in almost every way. The acting's good. The production's really well done. It's got some Blades in the Dark vibes going on too, which is always nice to have, to point at something and be like, kind of do that. It's a little earlier, like tech and time wise, but the vibe of the kind of city underworld and stuff is really well done. And Sean Bean is great as usual. But the whole like Frankenstein angle, I thought that was going to be kind of silly, but it's not. They're doing a really cool thing with it that isn't cheesy so far, anyway. So we just started it, but yeah, I think I can definitely recommend it. It's worth watching. Yeah, pretty cool. And it's nice to in any like British produced show, it's nice to watch the parade of actors come through where you're like, oh, she was on Game of Thrones, or oh, that was they're from Masterpiece or whatever.
They only have 50 actors. It's like
yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, and they're generally really good. Like some character with 2 lines, they get some great actor to come in and do it. So, yeah, recommended, definitely.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. What about you, Strash? What have you been? I know you're like super slammed, crazy busy right now.
Yeah. I've got 1 week of that, and then I've got a couple weeks of polish on Band of Blades, and then I might actually get a breather. But who am I kidding? I'm sure I'll find ways to make myself more busy, because this seems to be my lot in life. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm tired. Had a con this weekend, so I'm still like recovering. And I don't know. My life is hella busy. I wish I had some fun, exciting new things to talk about, but all of that's probably going to be another week or two. And I think the one thing that I will talk about is, in case you did not know, the second half of The Tick, the Amazon series, is out, and I was pretty entertained by that, watching that, and just finished the new season of Jessica Jones, which I will provide no spoilers, but for those of you reading the comics, I am looking forward to seeing a Hellcat series emerge. So that's where I'm at. Morgan, what about you?
I too am similarly recovering from a con, which was a lot of fun. Let's see, what did I get up to? I went to go see Blazing Saddles in the theater. There was a little, LA. It's one of the advantages of living here. You get to go see all sorts of crazy movies in the theaters, and that was running. And I was like, I'm going to go see that. It was a lot of fun. And it was also weird seeing it up on a really big screen, right? I mean, that's just not something I've seen anywhere besides a TV at most, right? So, and a really clean print too. It was nice. Or maybe digital. Who knows? Who can say? Yeah, and that was what I.
It's entirely photoshopped.
It's all just shadow puppets anyway. Yeah, I am started Jessica Jones. I have not actually gotten completely into it, so yeah, thanks for no spoilers. And yeah, that's other than that, not much is going on. Back to you, Eric. What are you up to?
Yeah. Boy, everything. Lot of things turning around right now. So I was invited on for a game in April. That I'll talk more about when we get there. But it's a Firefly game, and I've just been gushing about it. And looking over the rules. We're using the Cortex Plus Firefly system that just came out again. So it's going to be my first dance with that system. I've always been, I've always eyed it across the ballroom. This will be my first dance with it. That's going to be nice. Looking over, it's really funny. That game has when you want to make your character, it gives you a bunch of archetypes, and they're all like, and I made this joke on Twitter, I know, but I'm going to say it again because I love it. But, it gives you all these archetypes like Cortex Hacker, Reader, Alliance Bounty Hunter, or like, Black Ops Agent, or Farmer. I was like, done. Farmer. Let's go. Then it gives you another weird choice between if you want a really good, Alliance rifle, or if you would want farm animals. So, like, of course you picked the farm animals, and so I've been just doing that because it's been really funny. Turns out I'm gonna be married to the pilot, and so that's gonna be fun. So we're gonna be this cute little couple in space. We're still figuring out the backstories and everything like that, and or about like what our relationship's like. But as far as having a married couple with a bunch of farm animals, like some pigs or goats eating the wiring of our ship, I'm very excited.
Chickens. Have a chicken coop.
Yes. Oh, just
Get fresh eggs. They eat up all the bugs. They're easy to take care of.
Oh, that's a really good
and
point.
If you're a sport man, you can breed heavy gravity roosters and put them in fights.
I don't know. I have too gentle of a heart for that kind of stuff. But yeah. So
Space
anyways,
chickens.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. So I guess now besides rewatching Firefly to get excited for that, I need to also watch The Tick. So thank you for that, Strash. I need to watch the second season of that. Also, I've decided that people need to play DCC. So I'm gonna start a West Marches to play in the middle of the days. I'm using the new OSR supplement called Fever Swamp, so I don't have to do a lot of work for it. That's the big reason why I'm doing it. I can just mostly just use piggyback off of that. So that's gonna be fun. Band of Blades is super fun this week, and we lost our commander thanks to my good old trusty ability to not roll well, and yeah, and then this week also, speaking of DCC, I got Jungle Crawl Classics coming up again, so I'm super excited about that. So anyways, yeah, games for me all the time. So yeah, lucky me, right?
Yeah, nice.
And lucky us that we get to play 316. So who wants to do a recap of what happened last week? About the major problems we're facing.
I can do a quick one. I think we're still on this moon, this cracked moon above a planet. The major enemy, major enemy. That's the name of the episode. That we were dealing with were these like mechanical starfish that kept disassembling our tech, cleaning it up and reassembling it. Sometimes with people still inside it. But we were basically fighting on that planet, but the majority of the arc that happened is a spaceship with, there are two major shields. There is one that sounds a bit like a cowboy and is apparently in our chain of command, I think, and the other one who is the major shields that appeared earlier and is very stoic and
It's the other way around.
Oh, the other way around.
Yeah, Cowboys in the 416.
Oh, in the 416. Okay, I see. The Stoic major that is in our chain of command, the two of them started competing for kills, sort of putting our troops and stuff at risk. There was some hot dogging action, including dropping grenades on things by making elevators explode and go through laser grids. And yeah, it was there was a race between our two legions, sort of like charging towards the middle to try and solve these problems and break down a shield so planetary bombardment can take care of everything. And thanks to the suggestion by Sergeant Stone, I'm going to forget it. The Savannah managed to score some kills because we managed to double check who was getting the kills on things. So we messed up their little competition, which I'm sure there will be some repercussions for. But we finished up that planet and we're safe and sound back on board. And now we have to deal with all of the usual post-planetary things. So yeah. Do you folks remember anything else?
No, that was a real good recap.
All right.
All right. So, oops. Move the roll 20. Okay. So we have to go through all of the fun post victory screens. So the first one we get to do is talk about who got the last kills and promotions and all of that, and then do our development rolls. So we get to do some level ups here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to go through it again, or?
I think I believe last kills, which are for the medals. Did that go to Pasternak? I think it did.
It did. Yeah, I got the sword this time.
But I think I won on kills by 1, even though there was like D100 rolls involved, and we were all cackling.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 and killed total 4 aliens with my big massive gun that I'd spent all that time.
That was the best. That was the absolute best. You had to roll at least a 7. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean those kill counters, as we've seen, they're buggy. They're very glitchy. They don't always record correctly. So, yeah, what are you gonna do?
Okay. So, PC killed the most creatures. Yep, Captain. How would you like to level?
Ooh, let me look at my stats real quick. A 4-8. I believe that I'm going to become a 5-8.
Nice.
Okay. And then at least one other PC also gains a level. So you guys are gonna have to roll off.
All right, I'll roll with you, Morgan. All right, Pasternak, it's you.
All right, should I get an 8-8 or a?
Ooh, 8-8's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I feel good about that.
Okay. And then since we all survived, we get an automatic upgrade. So how would we like to spend our upgrades? Improve the step of one of our weapons.
I think I'm getting a D100 rocket pod.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's I think I'm gonna improve my slug rifle. But do I want to be good at far? Well, you're gonna be good at far with your rocket pod, aren't you, Captain? So
yeah,
that'll put us. It'll give 2 of us a reason to choose far.
having the ability to just like fire at a decent range, I think, is important.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of imagining Stone as more of a marksman, and Pasternak's got the up close Cuisinart stuff on lock. So I think
I'm going to up my E-cannon so if it does 1 kill at far.
Oh, nice. So you're actually useful at that range. That's a good idea.
At least attack with it at far, and then I can switch to, if I need to, for close encounters. I've got close encounters all the.
Yeah, you got that.
All beat to hell. When we get to far, it's always a little iffy. Damn, aliens pushing us back.
All right, so 2d6, it does advance to 2d10. I thought that was true, but then I was like, that seems really good, but that's how it works. All right. Slug rifle it is.
Now we potentially get another thing, or is there a...
Yeah, we get to roll NFA for another.
Yeah, so now we get
thing.
to our development roll, and when you do a development roll, none of us used a strength last time, right?
I actually just unlocked my next strength.
Perfect. Yeah,
Nice.
I thought so. So nobody's eligible to increase in rank. So your two other options that you can do to spend on your development roll here is to gain a new piece of war gear, or replenish a weapon or vehicle, if you're appropriate rank, or you may increase a different weapon by 1 step. And to do these things, you must roll NFA.
Yes.
And did I unlock another strength or weakness?
Let's see. You are level 16 now.
I guess, yeah.
You almost always unlock something, but which one it is just like hip hops between the two.
Yeah, it's a progression on an earlier part of the book. If you want me to find it,
I
can.
I have it.
Perfect.
So you should have had a total of 4 and 4 up to now.
Yeah.
So if that bumps you up, which it probably does, I think that you add a weakness. I think it looks like, according to this chart.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 strengths and 4 weaknesses is where you should be, and you may have used some of those, but that's the.
I have used just 1 strength, so.
So you have 3 strengths available.
There it is. I've got 4 and 4.
Oh man, nice. Yeah, that's true. Because you yeah, that's right. It was the other Young and Goodman were burning through theirs more.
And that's why you're still a corporal.
It is one.
That's part of it. Yeah.
I should just use my strength this time and try to get promoted, because this is ridiculous.
Man, that's a tough call. I kind of
now I'm a corporal, and you're a sergeant. I've got the ability to just force your weaknesses and end the game that much quicker, as we all hate home eventually.
That's right.
That's a good point. Okay. So have we?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. I think,
and we're gonna hold off on the medals, because for at least for the interim, because there's gonna be something that's gonna happen.
Okay.
But we can finish our development roles. I feel like this kind of stuff is processed.
I would like. Yeah, I guess I'll increase my grenades. Or no, I'm actually going to increase my. Yeah, I'll increase my sidearm instead. So, all right. So NFA test. Here we go. Yeah.
Hey, nice. Ace. 2 successes. You guys have some real high NFAs.
Well, if you look at Pasternak, I can't really say that because he's practically maxed.
Yeah. The perfect trooper.
He's going to get pulled away by the propaganda corps to make movies.
Help me out, guys. I think all my weapons at this point are maxed.
You could requisition another TPK bomb. Is that a plannable bombardment?
Did we get our APC
you're not supposed to have?
Technically, it says you're supposed to have the proper procedures, but you could. But no,
Okay.
I thought captains have that.
Oh, okay.
You have,
They do. I have one already. I guess I could have a second one.
No, didn't you do you did order? Oh, you're able to call in orbital bombardments, and that
that
can
was
actually be refreshed.
earlier. Correct.
That's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry.
I think you always raise your hand to hand if nothing else.
My power claw and my sword are both maxed. Although I found out last week that even though sword sounds awesome, you can't automatically switch to it, but you can automatically switch to power claws. So I'm back on power claw duty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm good. I just I started with a high NFN. I kept nailing my rolls, so stuff just got advanced. I'm G to G.
And John, you made a sergeant, so yeah, they have higher NFAs to begin with. So
Yeah. Yep.
it's like, what's Goodman's NFA now? Like 4?
4. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, cool 4.
Oh wait, I found a thing. I'm going to roll to improve my sidearm. Oh,
Yay.
all right. There we go. All right.
Yeah, I did that before. You never know during shipboard operations. That's the only weapon you have. So,
Right.
it's good to have a good sidearm, I feel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I raised it as well.
So, and I think while this is all kind of happening, you guys are getting ready to go file in and get ready for medals. When the lights go off, go to battle ready status, they go to red, the alarms go off, and you hear over the voice comms of the ship. It's the commander saying, combat drill, combat readiness status, go. And what do you do?
All right, people, you heard the commander. Stop your grinning and grab your linen. That's not how that goes.
Yeah.
I start hustling everybody to their stations.
Yeah.
So when you say this, you mean that this is a drill that's being organized by the ship captain, right? Like he's like in a different architecture. I think I want to just check in with him and see what's up. I don't particularly have a problem with this. It's not like I'm gonna be too late, but I hit the comms just to figure out exactly where this is coming from, just to make sure we're not gonna have an undue firing exercise here.
Right.
So yeah, I just touched base with him, and I'm like, "It seems like an unscheduled exercise, Captain. What's going on?"
Oh, troopers must always be ready, Captain.
Cut the bullshit. What's actually coming down the pipe here?
Look, I don't make the shit, I just shovel it. I suggest you do the same. Combat drill.
I think that I like pull myself up and like you hear like the cracks in my neck, and then I like look at him real close and I'm like, I'm sorry, you must not understand that my pips are the same as yours. And when I ask you for an answer before I command my men, I expect one.
Okay. Test NFA.
Eat it.
Yeah, totally. He says, whatever you guys were doing, messing around with the technicalities of the chain of command, well, this is the chain that's hitting us now. And and you see him like rushing and getting some paperwork like moved around this whole time, right? Like frantically getting everything set up for combat stations. And so it seems like this is out of his command. And yeah, this is coming from everyone else.
Cool. Then I guess we're not going to have any problems. Maybe next time, just say that up front. Young out.
Cool. So yeah.
So I've got the platoons all sorted out, and I've got Goodman on what's a good shit detail. Everyone's moving to their like combat ready stations, and I've got Goodman behind. He has to stay behind and do spot checks on all of the barracks and like check every locker and make sure. And like he's getting the snitch detail, basically. Like he has to check everyone's locker and then report on like who isn't shipshape and who like left something behind.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, totally. And I like shove a old Earth style notebook and 316 issue writing implement into his hand and glare at him. Like I want to put the fear in him. Like, you better do this right. and not just like half-ass it like you always do.
Sure. So I think we're gonna compete an NFA test against Goodman.
Sure. Yeah.
About how well, if he can still kind of slack off on this against you, or do the job well without getting pissed.
Yeah. Good.
So how we can goad him. So he's 10 less than 4. I succeed with a 3.
I fail.
Oh. So Goodman gets the upper hand then, as you are doing that. You're unable to piss him off, and maybe he was expecting it already, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love that." Like you're ordering them, and he's kind of already like, "Way ahead of you, Sergeant," and like kind of playing right into your hands a little bit. Like he knew he was absolutely expecting you to do something like this, and so he already had all his shit in ship shape.
Nice.
And it's ready for
like
everyone else.
I have nothing. I look him up and down. I try to find one thing to bitch about, and I can't find anything. Yeah,
exactly.
Nice.
Cool. So so I think everyone else though for combat readiness also needs to test NFA here, because you're not just getting inspected by Goodman. The Captain Hall is also going to have to get inspected, and so basically the commander is going to have a run a check through the entire Savannah for readiness. Okay.
Oh no, we all failed.
So everyone.
Can I make a small suggestion?
Yeah.
I think that normally, like, this isn't an issue, but what happens is that like we're in the middle of the drill, so we don't have time to run back and like clean up our shit. So yeah.
Yeah. So boy, that's not good. Not just one of you fails. All of you fail.
You guys are a real high NFA group.
Yeah, so so the Savannah doesn't pass muster.
This is why we play with dice.
Yep.
Things happen.
I think there's just a look of dread on Commander Hendrick's face when he sees like he puts in the data from all of the reports for like the meta reports that all get titled up into the computer, and the computer comes back like processing fail on the little like terminal, and he's just like, oh, his hand and his face cannot get smashed into it any harder than what he's doing there. This is going to be a big problem. So he's going to try. Okay, so I think you all know that you kind of failed, and now you're going to wait for the hammer to drop. Obviously, Captain Young, you are summoned.
Yeah, sure. Where am I being summoned, on a different ship? Or?
No, you're getting summoned to the bridge to Commander Hendricks.
Yeah, I think
Captain Hall's also reporting. It's like a leadership.
Sure.
Okay, and so just to keep it like brief, because I don't want everyone else to sit around and just do everything forever. He's like, all right. So this is not good, everyone. This fail means that we're getting inspected by the Major. And currently, now that the paperwork has been processed, and assuming a command here, it's going to be, and he types in his computer, the Columbia.
Refresh my memory. Which one is the Columbia and which one's the other one?
That's ours. The Ganges is the one.
316.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. Well, it's not like the 416 can actually inspect us. A shrug, and I'm like, okay, we'll clean up our shit. We'll make sure that when the Major comes on board, everything's tip top.
You guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to do cover as much as I can, but get comfortable doing drills.
We've got 3 planets to clean up, and they're gonna have us doing drills. Sometimes this paperwork amazes me.
Well, a lot of people think the ships are fusion-based, but really, it's paperwork.
Mhm.
So it makes the 316 go round. All right.
So
I'm a pass. I'm a walk back towards the troops, and I know that we failed, and shit kind of rolls downhill. But I'm not gonna like. I'm gonna give him a speech, but it's not gonna be scathing. I'm gonna like rally everyone up and be like, well, it's no surprise that our little victories earlier today have caused some people to be a little sore, which means that we're gonna be a lot sore doing drills. And I'm like, everybody, like we're gonna have a major coming through. They're gonna be nitpicky as all beget. And aside from Goodman, everybody else needs to, I give everyone the like the higher ups are going to be rolling in hot, and I expect everyone to have their shit stowed and stuff cleaned up. If I get any complaints, I'll become creative. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
you
love
actually,
it.
you actually call out Goodman as the only one who did shit right, and Stone is just like
I know,
not
but
happy.
I fucking love it.
You didn't have to say it, Captain. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything, but just it's just burning him up inside.
And I'm like, everyone, do not be a disappointment. Goodman, you get some rations of fun while the rest of us clean up our shit. And I'm gonna start rolling up my sleeves for my bunk too.
Sir, yes, sir. And yeah.
God damn it.
I
I was gonna try to find a way to blame him too, and you just totally like cut it off in front of everyone. Now I can't do anything. Now I can't be like, actually, it was his fault. Like
for the minute. When the major comes in, I am sure you will find something.
I'll try to think of something, yeah, but I can't undermine your command. Yeah, that's not cool. So I gotta be like, okay, all right, fair enough.
Cool. So the major's gonna come in here, and because you guys have failed, he's ordered a like full Class A dress welcome for the shuttle.
Of course.
Arrived in the hangar bay, so you guys all have to be in your finest, in like parade dress, I guess would be the correct term. So,
I have a thought.
Yeah.
It's like semi out of character. I'm not sure if Stone would talk to the captain about this, but he might. Yeah, I think he might.
Mm-hmm.
Between the like what the captain told the team and while we're doing our like muster, I'm going to pull the captain aside so it's not in front of everybody. And I'll say, Captain, are we still running that quarantine protocol on the vessel? I know we've been lax about it because we haven't been in contact with any other troopers from the rest of the fleet, but it sounds like we're going to have visitors from the Columbia.
High-ranking visitors too. Where are you going with this, Stone?
I hold up a like hazmat suit. I'm like, maybe we need to wear our dress uniforms.
Or maybe they do.
Yeah, or maybe they do.
Actually, I was thinking about that. I was like, how well can I convince Major Shields and his approach vectors to do all of their wandering around our ship inside those?
Basically, just giving him shit to do that they don't want to do is my goal. I'm not actually concerned about the quarantine. I'm fucking with them basically.
It's a Pyrrhic victory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they got to complete their inspections, they got to do it in the hazmat suit.
So it's actually really interesting because you're like, I just want to give them shit to do, and Young is like, if they have to get into outside those suits, proper protocols with sealing all of your like access vectors with tape and everything else take like 15 to 20 minutes. That's extra time for us to clean up our shit. Also, it's a lot harder to ransack someone's room when you're wandering around in a bunny suit going. So, yeah, I think I'm going to play that card. I'm going to see what they say. I might get overruled, but it'll at least buy us time. I smile and I give you a thumbs up and I say, about the only good thing about getting promoted is I have to keep my dress code all pressed and ready for when we come back because I have to give out medals. So at least I don't have to do that part today. Yeah, cool. So I think I'm gonna greet them, and I'm gonna have like a few minutes to talk to them with like, like, hey, here are the protocols before you open that airlock.
Yeah.
Put these in here just for you.
Right. So without a roll, they're going to consider it. And then after consulting with Columbia Major Shields about what they've encountered so far, they're going to keep it in advisement.
I am totally happy to roll and be like, sorry, boys, it's quarantine protocol. If you don't like it, talk to the Delta folks. Yeah, it's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dice, what you got for me? All right. Yeah, I'm just going to be like, welcome aboard. We think you're awesome. Also, put these bunny suits on. Don't forget to tape the wrists. About the feet. Okay. Hang on. Decontamination protocols.
Yeah, I think, well, maybe, but like, not so fast, Strash. I think then, you don't. You do score the victory. They have to do this in the hazmat suits as required, but it's not they show up prepared. Like they show up wearing even the major has a sort of like special hazmat suit, right? With the designations of rank and things like that. But you could definitely see that on his rather stoic face a sense of anger. A sense that just even from a very cold read, you can feel the heat emanating off of them.
I'm totally given off like I am as I'm not giving them I'm being snarky. I'm not giving them like I'm being like angry. I'm totally deadpanning and kind of like straight manning this like welcome aboard. Oh, I see you brought your own suits. Excellent. Let me start decontamination protocols. 99%. I'm sorry. I'll have to run that one more time. So yeah. But like I'm like super apologetic and I'm like trying to get them to be on our side by like positioning myself as like, oh yeah, those Delta guys always giving us these really terrible things we have to do all the time. Yes, blame them. It's us against them. Yes. So
yeah. They know that you're being really nice about it, but you're definitely using bureaucracy to your advantage as best as you can. They know that you're doing it. This isn't like an obfuscated thing, but they also don't have a position to castigate you on it, right?
Sure.
So they just kind of they're a little bit toothless in this case here. However, once they're finally cleared for inspections, they're going to make you all do one more drill, and this drill, let's just say you guys better freaking hope that you succeed.
Sounds good.
And pass inspection by the major
I have just one question. Do I do D6 boredom kills with that bureaucracy, and can I upgrade it next time?
No. Bureaucracy. I don't know how many kills bureaucracy.
It kills at any range.
Yeah.
Burned.
But I think. But you also have to take a kill.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, bureaucracy hurts everyone.
Yeah. It's like grenades.
Yep. Blue tape grenade. Or red tape grenade. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they changed the term to blue tape. Red tape didn't test as well, so
All right, so shall we make some NFA rolls to see if we can pass muster? Is that the drill here?
Exactly.
Give it a shot.
So Eric, is this what are they? Is this just like a pure bullshit, like running the finger for dust on the lockers and checking the how we made our beds, like military muster thing, or is it technical in the sense of like, systems and stuff, or like what are they evaluating?
Right. So they want to. This is going to cover both because you guys failed both effectively with all the rolls and failures. So the first one is sort of the discipline, barracks use, cleanage standards, but then the second one is also running a military drill, like a combat readiness drill. You should be ready with like under 9 minutes or whatever the number is, and like he'd be holding the digital stopwatch, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody has to be ready, armor, everything ready to go, lined up in that time. So there's be both of those drills.
Okay.
Because they're basically going to drill you on anything they're allowed to as a major here. So they're just going to grill you throughout the entire day. And so it's a question of if you guys can keep it up for the whole day. So we're just going to summarize it with a single roll, but like it's a montage of different tests.
Okay.
Right. Look, if this is the chain of command they're going to beat you with.
Do a montage.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to all roll individually?
No. I was going to ask you guys that if you wanted to.
Do I have the option? I don't have the best NFA. So maybe this is not the best idea. Well, it's only by one, but I was wondering if, because it's my job to enforce discipline on my platoon, I could make the roll and take the fall if it goes badly and just have it all on me. I'm willing to do. I'm willing to make that test,
right.
But our odds are not as good. If we so.
I think so. Like I know we're kind of talking through this as players, but it just dawned on me while you were saying that should Goodman be the one making this roll because they're the only one who passed earlier,
No.
and that is, and you guys have to like figure out a way to cover that and do it instead of him.
Yeah, we would
definitely
try to keep that from happening if it looked like it was heading in that direction.
Yeah. So let's say I think I like that. I like that. And so what is your plan so that Goodman is not the one having to do is the one testing NFA here for the whole ship? Because they're the one who passed, right? They're the one who's like, as far as inspections go, that should be the person that should be everyone's going to be held standards to.
They're here to get the fucking get the fucking captain and get the sergeant, right? I mean, that's what they're really here for. They don't really give a shit about getting us.
They want the whole ship, and they kind of at this point know about. No, they're looking for weak links that they can they're looking for attack points, in your regiments to basically exploit here. They're basically trying to get you guys to fall in line and regret the things that you've done to use the bureaucracy for the Savannah to get that point on you. Okay, for between the majors here. So this is all this is. I'm not gonna lie. This is all retaliatory. No one's saying that it is, but it completely is. It's petty, and so they're trying to do this to rub in your face and say that you did something wrong, right? And so now they're trying to.
We're trying to essentially deflect their petty ire. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Stone, you've got a thing for your units, but I think that I'm mostly going to walk with them and try to either cushion or distract as appropriate. So that for example, if they see something, I'm like, oh, if they're like, these gratings don't look super clean. I'm like, well, that's because we make people clean them with toothbrushes when they fuck up, and the unit's been doing good lately. So, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to step in as the person testing for us, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I would like to get Goodman out of the scene. Let's see. I have two different ideas. What I pictured was the smash cut to the brig with both of us with black eyes and split lips sitting in the brig. They're out of their way, they're off because I start a fight with him or something. But that's what Stone wants to do, but that he's a professional. Starting a fight with a trooper is not something he would actually do. Not when he's sober anyway. Yeah. Geez, how am I going to do this? I have an idea. Because of his exemplary performance, he's been given special duties.
Oh, nice.
So he's on he's doing. I will assign him the like exterior EVA check. But I think in the like parlance of the unit, it means like every now and then you just get to take a ride with Lucille and like fly around in space and have fun. Just like look at the stars and, you know, like have a little like R&R. So as a reward for his exemplary behavior, I give him special duties as for the like ship exterior check. So he's not on board during the during the inspection.
Oh, I think Goodman would bring a case of fun.
Yeah, I'm
Six-pack
sure.
of fun with him.
I think that's the deal. You pay Lucille for doctor in the flight logs with beer.
Yeah, it gets filed under the paperwork of parts and labor.
Nice.
Definitely. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's a good way of mitigating it.
Okay, cool, good. It burns me up inside to give Goodman any kind of relief or fun, but we got to do what we got to do for the unit. So
Cool.
Okay.
So is it all eggs in one basket? Do I throw the dice here?
Mm-hmm. And you it comes to you. Ooh, that's good.
success with a 4, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before.
All right.
Good.
So
So
we pass, but it's not flying colors.
yeah, but it's a pass.
I like, even when they can't find, like, I'm sure they find a couple of minor things that they can't really like nail us to the wall
Yeah.
with or whatever, but I like, even when it's obvious that, you know, we've scored a victory, I still keep that same kind of blasé. Well, thank you for coming aboard, feel free to come back anytime.
Yeah.
You know.
Slam.
No. I wait until like the airlock has opened before I like exhale, right?
Yeah. So the major, I think at some point though, like before they leave, right? They're gonna probably privately talk to, you, Captain Hall, and Commander Hendricks, right? All the upper leaders here about what transpired, and they're gonna probably speak a little candidly.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
After all this song and dance, this dog and pony show, I was expecting them to either bark orders or be not candid. So this is interesting. So what do they drop on
Yeah.
us?
So the first thing they say, while you guys were doing your while you were doing your drills, Captain Hall has brought up several interesting notes from your combat footage. And he cedes the floor to Captain Hall and says, Hall looks very nervous, bringing forward this information, and says, it seemed that those machines were particularly good against nanoparticles. And based on the footage, it seems that they might be, I mean, this is a stretch. There's not a lot of data to support it. We need one intact, but, and you know, she starts like trailing off because they're nervous, and until they finally say, well, it seems like these machines could possibly help against the black dust.
Didn't we exterminate them with bombardment from orbit once the shields went down?
Yeah, I know. The chance of anything that's not already a scorch mark is or a piece of glass is very small. That's why I was afraid to bring it up, but this could help the rest of Delta Squad in the 316.
I look around at everyone here, and I believe that is Captain Hall the medical officer still here?
Mhm.
I think I give her like a very, very calm look, and I say, Captain, you already have your giant egg sacs and a whole bunch of other things. I think that going looking through scorched planets that have been cleansed is perhaps maybe a waste of our time.
And then the major says, "I'll be the judge of that, Captain."
I'm gonna very calmly just like drop a line, and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna like gainsay him. Obviously, like Major outranks me, right? But what I do casually mention is like I think perhaps we're better used to dealing with planets where the 416 might get ahead of us.
Yeah, that's enough for a roll. That's real good. That's a good fork maneuver there.
Nope.
Yes, because he's so myopically focused in this that he doesn't care. And he says, "I don't give a damn. I'm not letting the Ganji's major shields get ahead of me in terms of kills, Captain. This will give us a significant advantage on the other 2 planets identified in this sector or in the campaign."
Oh, all right, I see.
And after your stunts that you have pulled, and he kind of looks at you.
Stunts. I believe we took victory for the 316. Did I misunderstand my orders?
Took a victory for the 316. Yes, you did. You should be able to read between the lines at your rank, Captain.
Oh, I'm sorry. My training in bureaucracy really insisted that I read the lines. I'll bear that in mind. Perhaps I need a retraining. I'll check for that between the lines refresher course.
Yeah,
like totally deadpan. Like
you should also work on your jokes. They are not funny.
You know,
I'll have you know that I was only able to read 15 pages of Faulkner instead of my normal 45 every night because I was so frustrated at the shenanigans that you have pulled. You have disrespected the 316.
I frown for a split second, then I look up and I say, Major, all of us are here because we volunteered, and all of us are here because we are fighting for Terra. I believe that includes you. I have not disrespected my rank, and I have not disrespected my orders. What I have done is do pride to my ship and the men under my command. And I am essentially calling him out. I'm like, please tell me how I have disrespected any of those, and I will correct it.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna angrily say, "Those were my kills, not the Savannahs. There was an agreement."
I think I look on the view screen wherever the other ship is, and I say, that's really between you and the other major. The only people that get to decide who gets kills are the kill counters. I shrug, like, that's up to Delta Squad, and then I give a glare to Captain Hall.
It is. That is a mistake I will not repeat. Says, with some admission. Very well. And this whole thing is going on in the hazmat suit.
That's right, Major.
Yeah. Very well. So he's what would be the rank of like his aide de camp, right? Would it be like, prep the shuttle?
Captain.
And okay, and they get ready to fly off, right?
Or lieutenant.
So I have a question. I know that I'm about to bonus here, but I feel like this is probably an appropriate thing. There's a thing in the military where you can take somebody who is not part of a specific unit, but for specialist reasons, they can be like placed with a different unit. They're called an attaché.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if Shields is gonna basically give us a chaperone / babysitter, or if he considers the matter closed and expects us to like perform.
So it kind of depends on what your guys' next steps are. I wanted to know what you were planning to do. Were you going to try to go out and see if you can recover one of these some bits of these
If we get
things.
orders from the major, that's our next mission. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what they want to prioritize. But once again, I wasn't sure if you wanted to try to use some loopholes here to maybe get out of it and do something else.
I think I tell the troops that the superior officers in their infinite wisdom have decided that instead of going hunting bugs, we're gonna go hunting through the wreckage of this planet and see if we can pick up a living starfish or whatever to bring back for Delta Squad.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the character of the unit here, and we're killers, and we're definitely want to get on with that kind of stuff. But we understand the bullshit situation that we're in. So, like, just as background, I think the captain would understand that's the kind of thing that we're going to do. We're in this weird position. We're not going to give you a lot of shit about it, but we would rather kill bugs. So
I do not let it slip past my professional demeanor, so I'm not gonna showcase like emotionally that this is not an order that I'm too happy with. But it's pretty clear from my language that maybe like the way that I click the ends of my sentences that maybe I'm not super pleased about the outcomes of everything. But what can you do? Orders from above, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, well, yeah, I basically like lay out like, well, we passed every muster and cleared every test, so they gave us a bullshit pickup job. So let's go get them their, I don't know, pizza or Chinese food or whatever it is.
All right. So then it's about time for our first break. So we're gonna go to break and then come back and figure out what's happening next. All right. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5 minutes. All. So thanks so much for the hosts, everybody. Thanks for hanging out here in chat. We see you all in about 5 minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second part of 316, episode 10. I guess it is going to be dubbed Major Problems, courtesy of Strash. Thank you. And so the Major has asked you guys to do a little reconnoitering of the fractured moon, just to go see if you can collect some kind of sample here for study. Because apparently these nanomachines, these robots, could be helpful against the black dust on other planets.
Because we had seen in the last episode, we saw you this kind of went past me at the time, but you said something about them like disinfecting the corpses that we found, and everything had been sort of like scrubbed clean, like it was weird. The microscopic cleaning abilities of the robots, I think, kind of didn't register as much because they were trying to kill us at the time. But now that you mention it, I think that is an interesting connection. So as a player, I am very curious about this, but as Sergeant Stone, I think we're all kind of grumbling about no bugs to kill, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so you're looking for a needle in the haystack here, so it's not going to be super fun. You're going to be looking through all the wreckage.
However, though, we have Tech Corporal Pasternak, who I'm pretty sure has an expert rating on vacuum cleaner deep scanner usage. So I think that's probably in the bag. I mean, I think Pasternak can just basically take care of it.
I can try.
Yeah, so we're not going to get into like a formal quote unquote like 15 token mission thing like this. This is kind of more still free play. I mean we have the short little scene of you guys strapping up, getting into to Chief's VTOL dropship, and you guys heading out there with the scanning lights, looking over the wreckage. A bunch of like fractured bits are everywhere as you're flying through it. Then you guys finally find a stable place to land because you need to put that on the ground to use, right? And so how is everyone feeling about doing this mission? Is this like, oh, it's a living, or is it like, are you like, oh, I'm really excited to do this, or how are you? What's the temperature?
I think it's more of this is kind of a shit detail, and this is just more punishment to me.
Yeah, and I'm like keeping everyone's spirits up, in that way it's obvious that this is BS, but it's like, all right, look alive, people, we got to do this. I want everyone 360 security, like just like trying to keep this high tempo, high morale, like kind of cadence going, while at the same time like, yeah, whatever. But the performance of it for Stone is the important thing, that everyone like does their job and stays on point. They don't have to like it. They just have to like not shirk and sit around and smoke and slack off because there's no enemies. He wants it all done like by combat procedure and all that. So that's what I'm doing.
I think that Young will actually show up on the dropship. So that it's not like, well, this is a shit detail and it's unimportant and nobody's going to be in trouble, so I'm just going to stay on board and, I'll smoke. You guys do whatever. So yeah, I think that...
It all cancer sticks.
Is everyone who lives in LA is issued like a prop cigarette? Is that how it goes?
I got it from another show I was on, so...
Oh, was that from the 70s?
Yeah, it was from
70s show. Nice.
I love how Black Bag Detectives became that 70s show. But yeah, I think there's Young just like stands and she's like looking at readouts. She probably like gestures and helps with finding a landing zone or whatever. But mostly it's just like she has that like arms held behind the back, like just really straight back. And she's, like I said, she's not projecting any sort of like outward complaints about the fact that we have to execute orders necessarily, but she is kind of trying to project like an aura of like calm professionalism. So Stone is definitely doing the like morale upping, but she's definitely doing the like, I am here, I'm doing my part. If I can do it, maybe you can too. Kind of, just that's it.
Yeah, I think that I definitely appreciate that you're not sitting back on the ship and just like taking it easy while we have to do this shit. I definitely noticed that.
Definitely. Okay. Cool. So we cut to you guys entering the surface. The VTOL and Chiefs waiting in the at the landing zone here of a little small piece of the moon. And you guys have hopped your way down to a solid chunk where you can put the machine. Chief's always skeptical of landing the ship near this machine, interference and things like that. So they so you reached a compromise, and so I think it's time for our our Inspector Gadget here.
This would be a cool visual if we're like, oh well, let's try to. We found that lab facility during the mission, so let's go back there. And as we're going across the planet, it's just like everything is just uniformly obliterated.
Exactly.
Crater.
So there's like, yeah, I think maybe that's it.
Yeah,
there's just like nothing there.
Yeah.
Well, there's impact craters and blast glass. I mean, it's great.
It is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iridescent. All right. So are we making rolls, or are we?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I thought I was jokingly calling. I think it's time for you to make the roll of NFA as you use the machine here.
I succeeded with a 5.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So you're in a pretty good spot. You're getting some activity. Somewhere in like now kind of sealed beneath the surface. You're kind of looking through the schematics to figure out where you can get an entrance. But and while you're doing that, you think you find one and sort of like one of like the blast craters density in the middle might be easy to kind of like punch through with your tools. But while you're doing that, once again, it looks like you're not going to be alone. It looks like another recon group from the Ganges is also on their way, doing a flyby, getting ready to ask you guys what you're up to.
Training exercise.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's just it. Like if they fly over and they're like, "So what are you folks doing here?"
Right.
I'm literally just like training exercise assigned by Major Shields.
Cool. Then I hope you don't mind that we watch.
Help yourselves. Actually, I'm gonna try the same tack on them and see if this works. And I'm like, wouldn't you boys rather be, scoring kills for your major? Doesn't he not like it when people don't rack up numbers?
Yeah. Okay. Test here.
Not only does he not like it, we didn't mention this in the recap. He executed his lieutenant for failing to, or for some reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Someone had to die, and the lieutenant volunteered themselves.
Oh, they volunteered. Okay, I see.
That's why they got a nice like send off.
Okay.
Boys, he's strict.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Hey. Perfect success.
Nice.
And they say, yeah. So they probably say something like, Rico, does that look like anything down there? Nope, just looks like more blasted glass, sir. And they get ready to buzz off. Yeah, so
you
they're
boys have a mighty fine day.
Yeah, right.
Bless your heart.
Sure you don't need any sweet tea? And then they buzz back.
You bore me.
Right. So they buzz back, but I think your scanners can tell that they're going to leave the physical observation, but at least some sort of sensor equipment from the ship is watching.
We're not doing anything A, untoward, or B, super secret here.
Yeah, I know, but if this is the difference between them getting an advantage for kills or not, the Ganges wants to know.
So what do we have to do so that they like? the success on making them buzz off doesn't keep them from getting the information, apparently. So is there anything we can do to act so that they don't? Like maybe sorry, Eric, go ahead.
No, that's a good question. So so without the language of like blades, it's basically it was a limited thing. Maybe I should have negotiated that better.
No, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I fully get where you're coming from. Like just with a radio call, we can't cut them off from our
right.
what we're doing. But I was thinking maybe
probably something you can do to
because I like in character, like when I hear that conversation, makes it Stone doesn't want this Fourth Army shit at all around and messing with their operations and everything. So so we're scanning with like experimental Delta Force scanning technology.
Yeah.
The vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
It's ground penetrating scanning, but never mind. Yeah.
It's and like Stone is gonna like helmet to helmet, so we're not on the comms with Pasternak. And he's gonna be like, Corporal. He's like looking at the readouts, and you're just like do like making it all work, and it's just like this gibberish. That scanner is super hard to read, So he looks at it and he says, "That looks like some complicated technical bullshit to me, Corporal. Looks to me like it will require a specialist to decode and understand this information. I mean, there's really no point in broadcasting the readings when you're the only one who can interpret it. Am I right?"
I guess so, Sarge. You saying you don't want me to send it back on the open frequency?
I'm saying we don't want to trouble anyone with information that can't be properly decoded until a specialist
you're like
understands the data.
Yeah.
And and then as I'm saying this, I like reach over and like flip the control so it's like recording to your suit computer instead of sending a signal.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, probably what you want to do is, since we're already sending stuff out, you probably want to keep sending stuff out, because if I shut it off as they just did a flyby, that might look suspicious. So I'm going to send them gibberish, but keep the recordings of the right stuff to myself. If that's okay.
Nice. And I pretend, although this is sort of true, I pretend like I don't really know what you're talking about because there's a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo.
I don't even know if I tell you that. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. As you start to do it, I'm just like, carry on, Corporal.
Yeah.
As you were.
So you were able to identify a life form, but then it's going to be another test to basically cut off the Fourth Army from getting any of these delicious treats.
We are going to send them
Gibberish
telemetry but not. Yeah, it's not going
to. Okay. Yeah. So you made it look like a training exercise.
Eventually, they'll notice that it's actually Tetris coming.
But then they'll all get addicted to playing Tetris, and then we won't have to worry about them.
Right. Who wants kills when you get Tetraminos?
Blocks. It's about the blocks. Okay, cool. Yeah. So once again, it's not going to be too difficult to get in there and try to extract this thing. Just could you guys describe your approach? Because I would allow kind of FA or NFA here based on how you want to secure this thing. Because I don't want to spend all day with you guys like going through tunnels and getting this thing when this is just a single roll, right? So like I'd rather just kind of wrap it sort of all up and into.
Well, it depends on like what did we find? Did we find a single semi-intact robot starfish?
Exactly. So you find one of those green ones that's sort of like it's kind of like you find like two half of ones because like they're both broken trying to repair each other, and one is like completely dead and just like beep to one, and the other one is just like just in like a coma like battery cycling state.
Are they
salvageable?
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
too broken to like repair each other, but they're not broken enough to turn themselves off or like anything. So they're just bashing at each other.
Are they under the surface or?
Yeah. They were kind of like sealed in, sort of like a pocket of this moon, by the rest of the blasts and rubbles. Yeah.
This has got to be the second saddest broken robot starfish orgy I've ever seen. So,
I would recommend not an FA solution, actually, strangely, for 316. But like Goodman bringing out Elric and like boring, burning hole down to these things seems like a good way to lose the thing we found and vaporize it. But it's not my call. I think by default we would be rigging explosives and getting our weapons out. So whatever the captain wants us to do is fine with me.
So what do you say, Greg?
I think we're gonna do it by the numbers, right? Like if this thing is at a particular depth, then maybe we do some energy boring and like just laser drill to like a certain depth that is considered safe. So like I'll let Pasternak make that call, and then exactly what you suggested, right? Like more standard digging techniques.
Yeah, using the Mark 1 entrenching tool. Once we get to the right depth, we have to actually like shovel it out, so we don't damage it.
I don't think this requires anything, but just for flavor, one of the things that Young will actually try to help / suggest is to use some of the drop ships to actually help like lift up piles of rock. And she actually has like a remarkably complex like scenario already in place. She's like, yeah, so we're gonna create like we're gonna do drill shelves where we do this and this, and then we get like this depth, and we're gonna create a lip. You're gonna actually bring the rocks. We're gonna actually have 3 of you doing this pocket while this you want to do like a 2-shift rotation based on da 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 da.
Yeah,
And like
your asteroid miner
exactly.
background. Yeah, we're all just like
you're like nerding out right now. Totally. Okay.
I think it's like just one of those like really obscure expertises where like for a split second Young reaches back to like the pre-316 life and then like brings it in to like, but like keeps it like she's trying to keep it simple. So, but yeah.
So do we need to test again, Eric? Can Young NFA us with her mining expertise to properly excavate these things?
You could basically do it for the group action if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll throw some bones and crit.
Critical success.
Nice.
That is awesome. Yes. Yeah. It goes off without a hitch. How would you secure one of these things? Are you bringing both back into the quote unquote sleeping bags looking things, or what are you gonna do?
I think there's probably like
I'll let you describe success here.
I don't think it's too complicated. I think once we reach it, we just clear it out, and I think we'll actually fasten them before we sleeping bag them because we don't want them like roiling around inside or devouring sleeping bag parts for self repairs.
Yeah.
If there's an obvious way to remove a power cell or something, we could do that too. Maybe there isn't, but we could try that.
No, there's no easy way to remove a power cell. They're alive. Can you remove your power cell?
All right, fair enough.
So the thing is that sleeping bags are generally like organic. They use some sort of
Maybe it's not a sleeping bag, but like
right, but like these things are mechanical, right?
Yeah,
like
you wouldn't have left the ship without the proper supplies, and you rolled a critical success. So like, I'm not going to rob you of what it is. So I just want to know what you were doing.
I think we might get one of those improvised quick crete, or just
put in a box.
We make a little sarcophagi for them, and then we just we put the like "Do not open till Christmas" sign on it and haul it up.
You strap the maglev things underneath it and just push it out.
Stencil on the 316 property of.
Yeah. Go into the giant warehouse all the way to the back. Yeah.
Cool. Yep. And the last thing you see is a little fragment of that says Leroy was here of the ship part as you guys are flying back with the pieces.
The one piece that's left.
Yeah. So, yeah. Also, just real quick, I want to say thank you to Diatribal for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate that. So,
Yay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you guys are able to bring back some pieces for Captain Hall to look at and figure out what they can do with them. So nicely done. Now, so they're going to be a little bit busy. The Ganges was unable to see what you guys were doing, but they are just as eager as the Columbia to try to go wherever you guys. They're basically gonna hound you guys to make sure to get some kills here as best as they can.
Well, we got 0 kills that mission, so they should be happy.
Yeah. So, I want to know what your guys' next steps are here. The major is, he doesn't say like thank you for doing that or anything like that. Obviously, they probably do get in contact with Captain Hall about, keep me updated with progress of working on this. Probably going to be a question of where do you want to go next? If you actually want to go somewhere, would you rather stay and complete this project, delaying time, and would everyone want to be doing more drills? Or you know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it's going to be.
I think we're ready for planetfall unless they stop us.
Let them try.
Okay.
I believe there was a 4-7 planet.
Yes.
4-9. Yes, we did the 7-8 leaping planet.
Mm-hmm. So is that the one we want to go after?
Yeah. Did we get any additional scouting data? Because we sent like additional scouts to handle it while we did the 7-8 planet. Does anything else come back, or are we still flying on a 4-9 scale?
I forgot that we sent out additional scouts. Let me see. Yeah, you do get some more data back from them. So the scouting data is messy. Apparently the planet's atmosphere is kind of runs havoc on the probes that they've been sending down. It is it's breathable atmosphere. It's shrouded in heavy fog and mist and rain. It's basically a rainforesty style planet. I'm not gonna say Endor, but like it's definitely that sort of
cold rainforests.
Yeah, rainforests. More,
Pacific Northwest rainforest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Creature types they spotted is and now that they know that like the probes have come back, they were shot at by kinetic weaponry.
The Ewoks have guns.
So something does have, yeah.
And they're cannibals, so it's like,
I mean,
extra bad.
You joke, but I actually did roll, and I did get. They are some sort of furred creature type. I swear.
That's awesome.
hand on heart.
Rainforest furred creature.
Yep.
Yes.
With kinetic weaponry.
We go to it's surprisingly high.
I mean, we are playing the Stormtroopers, so it all makes sense.
Story checks out. So yeah, is that our next landing point? Should we prepare for planetfall?
That is what the scouts gave us, right?
Cool. Yeah.
There was another one, right?
There were 3 additional planets: a 10, a 4-9, and a 7-9.
Yeah.
The 7-9 was actually, I think, the closest, but yeah.
Right.
The 4-9 was the medium one. I don't know why, but you're like,
oh
hey,
yeah, sorry. The
rainforest, furred creatures, kinetic weapons. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's try this.
Oh yeah, so I should give you your scouting report. I mean, I should have started with this, and I'm really sorry. I should. The rating has been dialed into a solid 8
on the rainforest.
Yeah, for rainforest planet.
Okay.
Okay.
I imagine it's like there's like a 316 like threat response rating report. It's like a number. It's also like a pyramid shaped of like color coded.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
It's
like it's some metric they have about like time it takes to cleanse world versus 316 losses versus total aliens killed, and they come up with this this measure and then just stick a number on it. It's like 8.
Could you imagine?
It's like, okay.
Yeah, being the joys of being a 316
the amount of data that
actuary.
goes into getting to that 8 though is really impressive.
Yeah,
it's just really intense.
I mean, like that's literally half
the
the
numbers that have to. I mean, like supercomputers just have to crunch numbers for days on end.
Half the ship is FTL calculators, and the other half is number crunching for threat.
Yeah, the lights dim.
Trooper as a single number.
Yeah, and then it prints out the little ticker tape. 8.
Like everybody holds their breath, and it's just like 6.
Ooh. The algorithm has blessed us with 8.
42. That doesn't make any sense.
It's just always all it ever says is 42, and then the guy just goes 8.
A big bingo roller.
Awesome.
Cool. So we've got a 10 and 8. The moon we finished, and then there's the first planet, which I will just ask you what it is for the lulz. It was a 79. It'll probably also be an 8, but I'm curious.
Yep. Okay. So that one is a 7.
All right. Cool.
So we still headed the 8.
Sorry.
I really like the idea of small furred creatures with kinetic weapons and a rainforest planet. I'm sorry.
I'm feeling
it.
I know that. Well, I was gonna describe that the other planet is another sad, boring desert planet. And once again, and the probes were they had to escape fierce electrical storms. The life form there is just like the planet. It's it's all red.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's all it says.
My suggestion is starfish it from orbit.
No, I'm down for Ewok hunts. Also, that sounds good.
Do it.
Do you want to keep with the bird theme for the quarantine planet names, Captain, or do you want to do something else?
I think so. I think this one is going to be Kingfisher.
Oh, nice. Planet.
Last one was Osprey, I thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Cool. So when we're in hyperspace, are we being is like the Columbia following us and the Ganges is following them? Is it just like we get all the data and then they're like, follow that ship, and we're faster than they are, so we can like kind of get there ahead of them? But like do we get a sense for what the other ships is doing, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, because I don't think you would be able to jump without signaling them, not because of order of operations, but because combat mode of the Columbia and the Ganges actually have like FTL anchors, like counters. So like you can't actually use FTL in a certain like bubble around them.
Yeah, sure. Can't pull the Last Jedi trick. That's dangerous. Cool. All right. So we have to get permission to jump, and hopefully our faster interdictor ship will give us time to do something before they catch up to us.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's I push the paperwork through and I let them know what the plans are and what hour we'll be dropping. I remind everyone that, these planets are theoretically quarantined, so we're the only ones that should be there. It's like a little memo.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's that. I'm G to G.
Young's memo game is strong.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll improve my bureaucracy damage.
She prints the reports on goldenrod. Mwah.
So okay, so a quick question then, because this is a quarantine planet, I think the major's going to ask you if there's anything we should know.
You have the big guns. If we give the all clear, you can hit it pretty hard. If I recall, the major keeps wanting to, if we get in trouble, he wants to swoop in and save the day. So
Yeah. But apparently the other major also wants to do that too.
Hey, I'm going to let our major and that major butt heads. I'm going to send, correctly, I will send my report to our major first, and they can figure out what they're sending, where, and why after that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So they're going to have a conversation that you're not going to be privy to.
Fine.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So you guys are in hyperspace, getting ready. You guys feel pretty comfortable getting ready after drilling for a whole day about where everything is on the ship. The ship looks spotless, except for those places that no one has disobeyed orders, so no one had to scrub with a toothbrush, as you so eloquently put it. So it's a little different. Other than that, is everyone? What I'm gonna check in again. What is the atmosphere? Like, what is the temperature of the ship? Like, are we excited to be going to a new planet? Are we nervous that we're going to a planet with, fierce, furry creatures?
I'm excited to kill bugs again. This whole science crap and politicking between majors is not what I signed up for.
Pasternak.
No one's worried about the quarantine part after seeing it, what a quarantine meant here and all that kind of stuff.
Who the fuck knows at this point?
You're gonna do it anyways. It's just better. It's just okay. So it's anything is better than being around those majors. Is that what? Okay.
I think it's just I'm here to get kills, and I'm still sort of playing that role, right? I mean, I'm trying to keep the whole rest of the whole politics away from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely my vibe too. Where we joined up to kill those dangerous aliens that are threatening Terra. So we're getting pumped. We're getting our war faces on, and I don't think I have to do a lot. I don't think I have to do a lot to rally everybody. People are probably get pretty itchy trigger fingers already.
I think Young's gonna. So the thing is that the 316's job is to do planetary drops. And every planet we've been to has been a shit show of one type or another. Like, we've never had a planet where we're just like, woohoo! It's like beaches, and occasionally kill a thing in the water. It's fine.
I think the recruiting videos lied to us. The number of Mai Tais I've been drinking on tropical planets have been very small.
I was also going to make a Mai Tai joke, so thank you. That was perfect.
So I think it's just one of those things where, is this a quarantine planet? It's okay. We've been through like 3 quarantine scenarios already. Like, I check in with Hall, and I'm like, is there anything you need? Like, Delta needs to tell us before we drop. And she says no. I will note that for when we come back.
No.
But
remember when we gave you a nice robot that was starfish?
Yeah, the Hall can't, okay, so have we established that Hall has a black dust detector or scanners for that type of stuff? I don't think we have.
Nope.
Okay.
She had a biological where she was checking crew members with their blood samples and stuff, but I don't think there was a scanner.
No, it's all, it's done through blood. And I think the captain does say that the specimens, the starfish specimens, seem to be unusually active.
I very quietly, away from other people and other things.
She doesn't announce that to everybody, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
I give her a very clear, I expect to come back to this ship, and I expect it to not be disassembled. I don't want to lose a second ship because of some Delta nonsense. Mm-hmm. So you do whatever you need to do to make sure that their unusually activeness does not get out past whatever quarantine you keep them in, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says, I don't. I think it's something about they can sense. I mean, okay, they're you guys are out of FTL. You guys have like sort of like dropped into space, and that's when that sort of triggers and says, I don't know. I think it's something about this place is I don't know. There's still a lot to learn.
Their
we're keeping an
starfish
eye on
cleaning instincts have kicked in.
Yes. Yep.
Their Roomba nature.
Yeah. That's exactly what they are.
I have no way of enforcing this whatsoever, but what, like, totally out of character, but what I was picturing is like somehow getting Hall to like get Banshee, put the starfish on a drop ship, and like do all of her work outside the savannah, like like in a separate vehicle. But I have no way of in character or doing like even suggesting something like that. It's just an image that occurred to me right now.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer that, but unfortunately, she's probably a captain that has certain requirements. But
yeah, she has a lab on the ship too, I think. So
no, she has lab equipment that's going to get moved to some place that can be airlocked if necessary.
Just immediately just jettisoned off the ship. Just like...
Yes, everyone's like laughing, but I think that I definitely have a discussion with who the hell is the
Hendrix.
bridge?
Hendrix,
yeah. I have a talk with Hendrix, and I think that this is the first time that like Young's facade of professionalism will drop, because she's like, you do not understand the shit that we saw on that other ship. I was like, there are some things that we fuck around with. Delta Projects is not one of them. If you cannot vacuum this in an instant, like, do not even let her touch them. And I'm gonna make sure that whoever it is that he. No, actually, I'm just like, who are you assigning to watch the monitors 24/7? And I'm gonna give them like your lives, your ship's lives, our lives, and everybody else is dependent on you. Never you're taking your eyes off of this. If you need a break, you swap with someone. You have to blink. You think real hard, like, and if they're like, you're just trying to, I'm just like, I saw bodies of my men being cloned because of these things. I electrocuted a monstrosity made up of everyone I've ever loved. I'm like, you listen to me and you do this shit, or I will have you spaced.
Sir, yes, sir. Like our voices cracking. You're just like, yeah, you're just being, this is like
Thank
the
you,
Gandalf. Do not take me as a peddler. Like just huge and looming over them in this room. Just fear, your fear of God in their eyes and hearts. As you're saying that there's no role necessary. That's good.
We have two missions, one of which is kill bugs, and the other one of which is don't get killed by the bugs that Delta Team makes.
Yeah. Try not to make more bugs.
Yes.
Was everyone clear on step 2? Delta, looking at you guys.
Yeah. Young is an officer of 316, y'all.
So let's get some battle rattle on.
Deal with
and
that.
Get down to a planet where little furry things will try to kill us.
So I'm gonna have to work with Strash here about describing parts of the mission here, but I can tell you right now that the planet, you guys all can probably see it out the scanner window, like the window zooms into the planet as best it can with its sort of weird resolution. It just looks like a gray marble, just heavy cloud cover over everything here. Just as a smattering of just various shades of gray.
My heart loves that you've got single biome planets, because it's so like Star Wars / space opera. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. If there is land masses and things like that, it's heavily shrouded.
Not for long. It depends on how we clear our landing zone. There might be clouds vaporizing from orbit.
Yeah.
For now, it's a wonderful gray marble.
Right. So, right now, we weren't able to get a lot of information about the creatures here, and so they're going to need, obviously some team to lead the sort of confirm the rumors of what these things are like, so they can develop a better assault plan. So they kind of need to scout here. Seems
fine with reconnaissance by fire, and you
Yep.
know, just like
And I mean that literally. Like, if Goodman's on our squads, make sure he brings the flamethrower.
Okay.
Let's do that. I think this is it. It's basically so, Eric. I'm again working with you, and I'm
Yeah.
making sure that everyone here is sort of like in the know. I'm thinking that maybe we do like a single drop, like recon position, and then like pop back up,
Exactly.
like reset some of the plans and redrop. We'll just keep the same tokens. We'll finish the planet out, but it might be like 2 or 3 steps to the mission as opposed to like a single drop and a slog through until the end. Is that cool?
Exactly.
Everyone?
Yeah. No, that's what I was kind of anticipating, anyways. And you just ripped the words out of my mouth, so we're on the same
Cool.
page.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Do I have volunteers for that?
Yeah.
Reconnaissance by fire.
I
think
I just want to say real quick, just the reason why I brought it up in a vague way like that, because I wasn't sure if you wanted to, as a captain, want to distribute that to a different team and just have that sort of like be a side engagement role, and then we can, and we can focus on the main mission, right? But if we want to make that a mission for us to do and keep the cameras on it, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah, I think the our unit is pretty thirsty here for action, and we have a scanner expert, tech corporal, recon specialist Pasternak,
Kitty.
plus flame unit trooper, kill expert Goodman, and I think those things combined give us enough. Like even if it's just our squad as the initial point of contact, I think all of us would want to be on that team and not just send somebody else. We're all like gung ho.
As a reconnaissance team, you probably wouldn't be sent with an APC, or would you?
I have one.
Would you be moving light?
Totally
or...
bring it in. No.
Yeah. I think since we don't really know what the surface is like yet, it would be the potential to just lose the APC. So
yeah, exactly.
We probably wouldn't have it.
Yeah, like I said, it's basically like the permanent Pacific Northwest winter on this planet. Just soggy, cloudy, alpiney rainforest.
Driving it through a forest too could be like extremely difficult.
I think actually it might be cool if we start the thing being equipped for basically like tank mode forest grinding. Like obviously it's not going to go through any sort of redwood, but we can probably like put like some sort of like slicer / mulcher on the front, like a modified, what do they call it, cow catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. That makes sense.
Are those giant ones they used on Shermans to get through the...
Exactly.
The hedgerows and stuff in France. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The bocage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. That's a cool little take on the.
We've showed like various APC fronts. We have like the Earth Mover base building attachment, and now we have the.
It's a whole separate kit from GW.
That's right.
Clearly, this show has strong toy game, right? Like we've got the dropship and the APC, and
oh yeah, oh man,
I just want to have the little kid be like, "I'm Captain Young." Don't you take your eyes off this?
If you're gonna blink, think hard about it.
It's not fair to me as a Captain Young action figure. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's how you get people into the 516.
Yeah. We just, for some reason, they keep the 16 every time and just increment the army number. we only have one division. I don't know why.
Cool. Yeah. So do we want to drop, or it's close to the hour? Do we want to take a break and then drop?
Yeah, I was gonna say because of that, I think it'd be probably perfect for us to take our last break here and then come in with a drop and probably finish the reconnaissance for the rest of the session today, y'all. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the other side of this break for once again another about 5 minutes or so, and so we'll see you all on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third and final part here of 316, episode 10, Major Problems. And we are doing the rainforest mission.
All right, Ewoks, get some.
Yeah.
Yes, someone in chat was like, they're expecting Ewoks, but they're going to get Wookiees.
Endor was supposed to be Kashyyyk.
It was, man. Oh, what a shame.
Wait, what was it?
Originally, the idea was it would be a big planet of Wookiees instead of Ewoks. So if you'll notice, he just cut them in half and flipped their name around.
George Lucas, sci-fi genius.
Are you serious?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's serious. Yeah, that's a
That
very
was
famous
originally the idea, yeah. But by then, basically, I guess the excuse was Chewbacca had become such a sort of iconic character, they didn't want to.
It wasn't
Muddy
that
the
it's-
waters with other ones?
No, actually, he had trouble finding a bunch of 7-foot actors. So he had a much easier time finding like people that were Ewok sized, and so like he switched that over for production reasons.
I
And-
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, wow.
I knew about it was supposed to be a Wookiee planet, but I didn't know it was an actor problem. I mean, it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't have CGI creatures back then.
Actually, if you take a look at okay, I'm gonna nerd out for about 10 seconds here.
Sure.
There was a really, really cool Star Wars exhibit down at the Denver Museum of Art that I went to. I have like tons of pictures of original costumes and everything. And one of the things that I found out is that like most actors and actresses are actually remarkably short. They're in the like
Yeah.
5-foot range, which blew my mind. Like I was like really confused because a lot of the times I'm standing there like towering over these costumes. And
Yep.
I found out that it has something to do with camera positioning. Like it makes for better framing if you have people like roughly in certain height ranges or something. And so, Morgan, maybe you can fill in the what. But like when I stood next to Chewbacca, I was like, "That's amazing."
Well, I mean, like it varies. It does vary, but yeah, for the most part, people look shorter or are shorter than they look like they are on screen, as a general rule. And then actually, the other weird one that I've noticed is people who perform on like musicians tend to be taller than you think, which is just sort of weird. It's how
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know why that is.
I think because I mean you're used to seeing them 50 feet high, right? I mean that's why the screen and all that.
Yeah.
And then when they're framing, they will do a lot of tricks like just have them stand on an apple cart so we can get them both in the frame as opposed to seeing the top of Oscar Isaac's head and
And Gwendolyn Christie, yeah. Yeah, I was just watching, I forget what it was. It was a Tom Cruise movie. I can't remember right now what we just watched. It wasn't The Mummy, but it was some other newish movie. And there were a surprising number of shots in it where he was full in frame with another character, not like forced perspective at all, and not standing on anything. And
Edge of Tomorrow?
no, it wasn't just. Oh, it was the sequel to Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, which is not very good. But his co-star from Colby Smulders, she's fairly tall, and they just kind of let it play, which is very rare for a Tom Cruise movie. Like you could just tell, like she's just taller than him, and they just kind of framed it in a way that made that clear. And it's like, maybe he's relaxed his insistence on always being shot a certain way. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wookiees or Ewoks or whatever. Let's do it.
Yeah. We're not sure what kind of things.
Flamethrower. Yep.
Yeah.
I am making sure, Eric, as we're like suiting up or dropping or like we're getting our armor, ready to go into the locker and situation. I am going to like basically put Goodman on point. Like he's got the flame unit and it's a recon into the unknown. Who knows what's going to be there when the door rolls up? And I'm like putting him at the door, basically. Like this is your job. You're gonna, whatever's behind the door is your problem.
Goodman's super excited about it. And also speaking of being super excited, welcome Tall Squall and your raiding party. Enjoy 316. It's a military sci-fi game. We are all getting ready. Join just at right at the good part where we're jumping down into basically an Endor-like or Pacific Northwest forest-like planet, trying to kill some furry creatures.
So I have a weird question, and I'm sorry I probably should have asked this during the break, but it didn't occur to me.
Sure.
How hard would it be for me to just play one of the people on the squad? Because I feel like Young is very much a hands-on leader, but she would probably stay with the APC, make sure that the preparations are complete, and drop with the second wave. Would it be
Right.
like super untoward to be like, pick somebody on the list? I am them now.
Well, so you can if you want, Josh, but Gregor
Okay.
does say in the book, because of this issue, he says that
Good
in the 316 infantry, up to major, including major, is expected to fight with their troops. So it's totally fine for you to do that. You don't have to stay with the APC because that's kind of a military game issue, and he does call that out in the book. So
okay. How do you guys feel about this?
Well, I mean, it also is, are you going to be then like counting kills for that new character and advancing that character, or you feel like you want to slow down the advancement?
It'd be cool if you want to play Goodman.
What I'm trying to say is Young doesn't really... okay, no, that's not true. Strash doesn't really care about kills.
Okay.
And Young's orders have nothing to do with kill counters. They have to do with completing missions and such. And I feel like if there are squads and drop sequences...
Well, I mean, I'm more just like, do you want to play a new character, or do you want to just roll
I think
those
it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to play a character for an hour while we do a recon mission.
Okay.
And if that means that I'm behind on kills, that's fine. But you know what? Let's just keep it simple. Young will come with you, and we'll sort it out from there.
Sure. Yeah. If we would have had a little bit more time on break, I could have winged something real quick.
We'll talk about
That's
it.
fine.
I would also say, just in general, like whatever you want to do, we can like explain why. So do what your preference is, and then we'll fill it in.
We don't want to yuck your yum. You can totally do this person here.
I was just wondering if it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just play some Yahoo with a flamethrower. It'll be fun. But no, this is fine. This is fine. I am.
Cortez has a name, you know.
Oh, Cortez. Oh, my dream boat.
She doesn't like you like that, Kenman.
That's all right. Okay.
All right. Let's just roll. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Cool.
Maybe another time.
Yeah. So, the first thing. So you guys are designated to fall on what is considered, based on the probe readings, a pretty like open-y kind of like grove, I guess would be the best way of putting it, as far as landing spots go. There were a couple blasts from the ships to smooth out the terrain so it's easier to land, get rid of any sort of tree cover. The initial problems arise as soon as you guys start hitting the Atmo. Chief is kind of going around looking at the systems. The radar drop, like the waypoint finder kind of digital thing, that start going like it's fritzing out in the humidity here, and then you start feeling the rumbling of the clouds and the turbulence here. So you guys are all just sit in your chair and do a little bit of shaking,
Star Trek style.
Yeah, as you're cutting through. It's like and she's like, embrace for some chop, y'all. As like it's going through here, and a couple like sirens go on. She's working on flipping the switches, getting the ship back to stable, more stabilized, and she's trying to keep an eye on the drop zone as well here. And so let me do an NFA for them. I think it's probably like a 7. Right? They're a good pilot.
7 or 8, I forget what I gave her, but do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do 7. Oh well, it's a success. I read the wrong thing in it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, with a 2.
Sign.
Got it.
Yeah,
I see.
wrong sign. Anyways, so that's a success. It's under 7. Cool. So they're able to locate the drop site through the clouds, and then you kind of once you get out of the cover of the clouds, you immediately start seeing just this huge, majestic, like Avatar-esque, only just pine tree, like just this coniferous, deciduous is the one that's always I don't remember anymore. Whatever, pine trees. Just pine trees as far as the eye can see.
So,
Yes.
So coniferous. So it's just rolling giant trees. Lots of like huge like seagull like birds, flocks floating around. And like occasionally interspersed between these trees is sort of like these like lakes. You're glad you're able to see that. If you weren't corrected, you would have went right into a lake. So good job. They're able to save it in the nick of time because Chief's the best. and you guys are able to land successfully. However, your course corrections and things like that weren't necessarily stealthy. If there was anything around the woods, they probably saw you guys land.
Are you joking? Because I was expecting that right before we land. I'm like, Chief, light up the landing zone so that we have like a bit of a, area that we can like land, hold, and also we have an LZ for extraction. Just like
I described that, and
missiles.
so yeah, I totally just like word vomited a lot, but like the very first thing I said was that the Savannah probably like or like some fighter ships or whatever did like a little like landing clear for you guys.
So I imagine it's
or just like a probe that just explodes and flattens it. I don't know, whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
It's like a torpedo.
A couple of kinetic kill weapons down there. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Higher altitude blast just clears the trees, and you're good. No problem.
Yeah, stealth is not our thing.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wanted it to be clear there. So
we're bringing the thunder.
So I've got my hand on Goodman's shoulder, behind him with the slug rifle. Like he's number one out the door, and I'm right behind him, and I'm basically pushing him out as the dropship door rolls and the ramp goes down. I'm like, just behind the flame unit.
As soon as the door drops, you guys begin to immediately start taking fire from sort of small arm kinetic weaponry. It's immediately just starting to ricochet and light up, and let's test an engagement.
Are they hiding in the trees? And firing at distance.
Exactly.
So are we getting hit by,
I'm sorry.
Is
what?
it bullets? Is it bullets, slings, and arrows? What's that? Okay.
Slugs.
Is it like rapid fire or is it like musket?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. It's kind of hitting you all too fast. It's sustained.
Okay.
So they have lots of guys or faster firing weapons.
Who's all anything in?
I'm actually not going to this time.
Okay. Pasternak, you and me?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
I failed.
I anchor it.
Oh, and I need a roll for the aliens as last.
Whew. With an 8 too. Nice, Josh.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to beat. All right, so we tie. So I think you set the engagement with the higher one.
I do.
So I've put forward 3 tokens for this initial volley. Like I said, you're not really able to see them. There's some sort of silhouettes moving around the trees, right? But it's more like you just see more of the bullets, the bolts shooting at you. Just like the jackets.
Traditionally we like. I don't know.
Near is pretty good.
They're not good at piercing your armor. That helps, right? Like your armor is sustaining it right now. It's not breaking immediately. So like fictionally, like you get you see the pings, like it's like iron. Like think of like when people shoot Iron Man. Like that's what it kind of looks like. It's like pew, pew, pew,
so
like
I think
guys.
I think I'm going to actually set us at far. Until we learn what their alien ability is, I don't really know what a good engagement distance is, and that's partially why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Classic.
I like far.
Mm-hmm.
Their bullets do least effect at far, and we're landing.
Tough shit, Corporal.
A ton of clear.
Yeah, says the one with the rockets.
This is why
I don't care about
this is how it goes.
You wanted young on the mission. I don't know what to tell you.
They want to they want to shoot you up, y'all.
I think we're gonna shoot them right back.
I am fighting. I've got my slug rifle with my scope, so I'm gonna like scan through the trees and look for heads. And
I think I'm just gonna turn sections of the forest into fire.
Yeah, I'm looking for heads, and then the whole thing is like huge explosions.
Yeah. Chief's doesn't seem that worried about it because once again, like if this stuff is just Nerf guns to what. Yeah,
it's just pinging off the dropship.
Yeah, I mean it's basically pinging off you guys. I mean it hurts a little bit more, but dropship's fine.
Okay. So I'm fighting. Are we all fighting?
Fighting as well.
Okay.
Yeah, let's fight.
Okay.
Hey.
No, I fail.
Yes.
Okay, you all rolled, so then it's my turn. I fail.
Whew. Yay. I got lucky.
Yeah, right. We just need one good roll next round and we're good.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Um,
Okay.
What's your neck?
So I'm going to yeah, I've got my E cannon out, and I'm click the thing in, and yeah, charge forward, and yeah, get some, and I'm just wiping it across the trees, and my kill counter goes 1. But I would also like to move up to near, because that's what I can do.
Yep,
So.
you can. Exactly. So do that. You can do that with a success. Is if you go before the aliens and you succeed at an FA roll, you're able to advance after you shoot. Okay.
Cool.
Success next up would be Young.
So that's what we're
Oh my god. Oh my
man.
god.
I started off hot.
That's 93 kills for people listening at home.
93.
I
93.
think it's just one of those moments where like Young unslings the rocket pod and seems to be like tinkering with it as like fire is coming in, and we see the E cannon cutting through the stuff as Pasternak is charging forward, and then she like puts it back on her shoulder and hits a button, and it just does this like chuff 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 chuff, and then they like all come down like some sort of spread. Just,
Like cluster bomb.
yep.
Yeah, definitely. Whew. Even Chief like comments on that, like, "Damn, Young," you know. That was
Yeah, and that's
Could have been Fortes.
shots. Yeah.
that's Stone's failure here. I've got my slug rifle on Goodman's shoulder, using him as like to steady the weapon,
Mhm.
and every time I scan over and like have a shot lined up, it's just this huge fireball of rockets going off, and then I swing over here to fire, and the trees are getting leveled by rockets, and I have no shots. It's just everything is completely destroyed, or almost everything. We're not quite done.
Yeah.
I'm fighting again.
I will be
I'm
fighting.
gonna
as
try
well.
to get some kills if I can.
I roll last. I'm also fighting.
Hey, I succeeded, but with a 2, I don't think I'm gonna get to go.
I failed.
Oh!
Oh, damn you, Captain. But no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was gonna say the aliens succeeded, but they go after us. Oh well, no, they will do a kill.
Nope.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
That'll be done. On
You're
a
right. Yep, you're right.
And even if they did a kill to me, it would just go away at the end of the thing.
Right. Yeah, you just take it to your health. So yeah. I mean, I guess it's just the rolling.
Yeah.
The rocket barrage continues, eh?
Well, actually, let's see how impressive this is. I mean, I could roll a 1, right? Or I could roll a 51. I think there's just a moment where, Chief says, "Damn, Young," and I go like, "Yeah, can't see through the fire, Chief. You want to point out some targets?" And she gives me some like course corrections from like the shipboard things. I'm just like, "Got it." Poof.
Yeah, just
So yeah,
arcs down on him.
LZ established.
Mm-hmm. Right. Are you guys going to... So that's it. That's the combat for this first part here. Are you guys going to look over the carnage and see what these things are?
That's literally our job. Like we got fired at, so we returned fire. But we should actually figure out what these are, how they're armed, what's up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So the first part, looking over these things, they're kind of... They did have fur on them. I mean, they're pretty like well burned now, right? So a lot of detail here is kind of difficult to establish. They're approximately 4 feet tall. Some sort of like not quite bipedal. They're somewhere between running on 4 legs, like running fast and also standing upright. They're like basic. I mean, the closest thing would be like an Ewok if it was a red panda.
Oh no, that's too cute. That's too cute.
As a player, I feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
We all take E damage.
Yeah, these ones all look a little off, and you can see in sort of like the ground where there's soot. It's not just soot.
It's that black stuff again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What are they armed with?
Yeah, so they're armed with some sort of like looks almost like a proto slug rifle. It's basically like a DMR kind of, but based on your best guess, it just looks like some kind of like like an AR-15 style kind of gun of their own make. Like this is a civilized culture. It's clearly like, oh, this would be, it shoots, it's fine, but obviously, this is it would be effectively 21st century weaponry for us, right? So like,
Yeah.
this is like TL3 weaponry for playing stars, right?
A clear threat to
Yeah.
Terra that needs to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
But,
if the black gunk is here, this means that it can actually handle technological stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's too hard to see how they were shooting right from but yeah, these things were absolutely coated in that black stuff.
Right on, folks. So I give Chief the orders to maintain altitude because we want to be able to get on board the ship without it being deactivated because we know how the black stuff works, or at least how it used to work. So I'm making guesses. And I think we're gonna set up some posts and set up some like basic start barricades to like maintain the LZ, and then we're gonna press on to do recon unless you guys have a different plan.
No, that sounds good to me.
No.
I think we'll like one squad will I'll assign them to the like clearing and base building thing, and then I want Pasternak and the scanner and Goodman on the flame unit to like go out 100 yards into the woods and like get a read on the next like concentration or the closest concentration of life forms or whatever.
There appears to be like as you guys are scouting out, Chief was going to radio in based on the better scanner systems. There seems to be masses, about 3 different groups converging on your positions in sort of like, they're trying to be stealthy to the infrared systems.
I think we got to set a trap, folks.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll just like fall back and draw them into a kill box.
Well, yeah, you can tell that this is
I will set up an L-shaped ambush. Put the claymores here.
I think Chief would remark that based that these things look different than the ones you just encountered. Like they're not in a clump, right? Like they're moving. They're looks like they're and it's in fact it's sort of like a once again like something out of like an early training manual for military instructions, right? Like stealth platoons converging on this thing. They seem to have some sort of backup of some sort of heavy weaponry. It's hard to tell with the sensors, but it's some sort of like either rocket system or like RPG kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Just based on it's not like nuclear or anything like that. It's just okay.
All right.
So you want to set up a trap for them?
If it looks like they're converging, then I think we'll.
Yeah, we just like take up positions on like trees or on a hill or something, so that like if the convoy is coming through us, we can take out their heavy artillery first, and then just shred the rest of them as we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I'm picturing like if they're kind of unaware, it's that super chilling scene from Clear and Present Danger where they're watching the satellite footage with the thermals and like can have this like perfect information of where the enemy is. The enemy is not aware of that.
Yeah.
So Lucille can be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and like right when they crest the ridge, we're like, they think they're coming to stealth ambush, and we're counter ambushing them.
Right.
The hunters have become the hunted.
Yeah. Chief says, "Oh, check." And like we see inside the Chief's sort of thing, like they're kind of like seeing the little visual, like on their screen. It's like, oh, that's not. They're not carrying a. Okay, check. It's not some sort of heavy weaponry. It's something else. Some kind of box. And
Can you condense this to like a single number? That's kind of how we usually operate. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I have a different question.
Mhm.
I might want to NFA this. I'm like, Chief, pass all the readings to me.
sure.
Just like type in what you're getting. Let me take a look at it.
Yeah. You can NFA to like figure out what they're doing.
Crit.
Crit. It looks to be full of gold. And like it looks like based on like treasure, like it's wealth they're bringing out here.
They're bringing us tribute.
Mhm.
Well, sucks for them because what they're getting is rockets.
Oh man, I feel so terrible right now.
I know, it's the worst.
As I said, the best way to
Yeah.
best alien design is to make them adorable, too adorable to kill, right?
Right. Like this is it's clearly like
Oh my god.
it's
so bad.
jewels. It's like some sort of, you can tell like one of them is like it's like religious in some way, like just like busks and like like faith-based type things. You can clearly see based on
I can't tell
you
if
can decode this. Yeah.
While they
It's some
may
kind of
have
like
this, like, a-
clergy style, right? It's not like primitive or anything like that. It looks like it's like a established religion. It looks like it's very like organized. Orthodox is the word I'm thinking of. Looks like oh wow, like there's they're kind of dressed. They might have like a lapel or something like that says that they're like a minister kind of looking thing, and they're directing this sort of tribute this way. And yeah.
I may. Oh man.
Mhm.
And sometimes just playing this game just makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
Because I don't. They may actually be declaring some sort of religious crusade against us, but at the same time, they could just be like, "You are
Whatever.
so powerful and clearly have fallen from the sky. We believe you are deities. Take our money and let us worship you." And we're
Whatever. Yeah.
316.
Whatever lets you sleep at night.
like,
So
Yeah, we are the bad guys. So here we go, being the bad guys.
oh man,
So
it's so much easier to kill
Based
robot
on this-
starfish.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think based on this knowledge here, they got. I mean, I'm gonna put out the 4 tokens, but what I'm gonna say is because of the fictional positioning, I'm going to offer you an ambush if you want it because they're coming, and basically that would solve as the first sort of engagement roll, and you could set the distance right because you have the ambush. They don't know that they are being watched.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And it makes it even worse for us.
Yeah.
Because we get to say, yeah, we ambush them.
Optimal range, full blown, whatever you want.
Full round, but they don't get to fire back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say we're not in the diplomatic corps.
I mean, I will point that out. Yes, they're adorable. Yes, they're trying to worship us and give us tribute, but they're red pandas with machine guns. What do we have to do? We have to do.
Yeah, as characters, it doesn't matter. We are the diplomatic corps for the 316, and we use rocket launchers to use.
Establish dialogue.
Yeah, it's not gunboat diplomacy; it's rocket launcher diplomacy, and that's the situation we're in. As
get back to Terra, so we can't let that happen.
Exactly. This is the indoctrination we've swallowed.
Yeah.
They're a threat to Terra, and they need to be eradicated. So
I am going to require, like this is any other combat, that you guys all cannot start at different ranges. You all have to pick one range.
Yeah.
But you do get to set it and get a free ambush. So I will I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves how you want to.
Well, I'd like to be near.
It's fine with me. Whatever.
I just want to check in. Are you guys okay with this?
Wow.
Yes.
Yes, it's
It's the game.
the reality of this game is so far we fought
this is the
black
first time.
dust, giant rock monsters, robot starfish, manta rays that fly through some sort of Jupiterian storms, and like all of that stuff is like, all right, it's a monster.
And us, like people, black dust that got into troopers and formed them into zombies, right? I mean,
yeah, but zombies are zombies, right?
It's a stylistic choice, right? Like I tend to prefer the aliens to be monsters because then we can have fun fighting monsters. But when they're not monsters, it's it's a different type of fun, so to speak. Like it's ugly and horrible and
Yeah.
shows the colonialistic bullshit for what it is. And we can't really love our characters anymore. After this, they're awful people. So the removing that illusion is just there's like two modes to play the game in, right? You can play it in the we're fighting monsters mode, aliens or kind of mode, or you can play it in the like this colonialistic shit is horrible and you got to face that, and we can't just like smooth it over. I prefer the monster mode as personally,
Right.
but I don't think it's like bad wrong to play the game this way.
I am guest GM. I'm not full-time GM for this game.
Well,
I don't mind doing it this way, but also I really want to, like, seriously, like I might if people were willing, I would consider vetoing doing this, like killing of these cute innocent things, like possibly. Like,
Yeah,
so I want to bring that up.
They have been nothing but shoot us for this entire time we've been on planet.
That's technically true.
Technically true.
I would like X card it or whatever if it actually was a problem. I don't have a problem with it on that level.
All right, I just want to make sure everyone's. I just want to check in because I know it's
the
kind
fact
of
that they're
it's a
shooting
different
slingshots and we're in the equivalent of main battle tanks.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
let's. How do you guys? Do you guys have a range preference? I mean,
near would be nice for me.
Yes, I'm sure it would be nice for you. But I'm. Well, actually, do you want to roll off? This is just an NFA roll, right? Technically, whoever rolls higher is supposed to set the range.
Right. Well, and
That's true. Yeah.
Is that your like fifth crit try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so you decide range.
Just nothing but 8s. So
I
far it is.
I'm rolling legit. Like, I mean, that is
I know.
1d10. Okay.
You are.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Crushing
Okay.
it.
So I think we're gonna go far, and we're
So
gonna
far.
execute the plan that Chief is suggesting, which is the like strike from distance as soon as we have like range confirmed coordinates, and I guess we're fighting for one round without them being able to retaliate. That's pretty terrible, but okay. Ready, folks?
Yep.
I'm
Mhm.
fighting.
Oh no! I'm sorry. You don't. So this is not a fighting action. This is an ambush. You guys roll for kills.
Is it?
Yep. Each player rolls a d10, and from highest to lowest roll, the PCs cause kills based on their weapons at the set range.
Well, all right
Each
then.
PC removes one threat token as they cause kills. The order doesn't matter in this case because there's more tokens than us, so we can just each take one out and roll our kills.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
I'll take 43 more.
I've been doing the math for you. You're at 187.
187. Murder.
I've got 2.
Murder code.
That's actually really apt. I forgot. Yeah,
I'd also like to move up though.
Yeah, you can do that after
Yeah,
you do
totally.
your kills, Morgan.
And what's Sergeant Stone's?
10 for me.
And Sergeant, what'd you get before that?
I didn't get any kills in the last engagement.
That's right. Okay. Yep. Give yourself up. Yeah. So you guys just obliterate these squads. As they were approaching, they definitely weren't getting into like attack formation. They were kind of like seeing what you guys were about and figuring out how to approach you. If anything, they were looking for some kind of like peace kind of thing, and instead
They might have if they knew we were coming. But
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
there were rockets from the sky.
Instead, they're just immediately incinerated.
Yep.
So there's just like one group left that is just these are the remnants of them who are just like trying to run away back into the woods as the last survivors.
They're blown apart by massive rocket barrage, and Pasternak runs towards that explosive barrage.
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
haven't
fine.
even used my strength yet.
Yet.
When you do use your strength, you get to roll your highest kill counter at any
Sure.
rate.
Yeah,
Sure.
you do. Yes, I'm fighting as well. Fight. Hey,
Fighting as well.
I succeeded with a 3.
I haven't used my combat drugs.
No, I think
Nice.
Pasternak gets to roll.
Damn it. That was my chance.
Well, John, you could use a strength.
I
mean,
could.
they're not gonna attack. I mean, they're clearly trying to run away from you.
No, but I was going first, and now Pasternak, and I was going to get kills, and now Pasternak is going first, and he's going to get kills. So,
they still get to attack us. I mean, this is a
they're trying to move. They're trying to get away. They're trying to get you guys out.
Don't they
of
still
combat.
always do kills?
they don't have to. The aliens can fight or do something else, or both, depending on
No.
their thing.
So the remnants of these groups is trying to get you guys out of combat. They're trying to get away from you.
When Pasternak's E-Cannon
But
does 1d100.
Pasternak's E-Cannon has something else to say about that.
77.
Great opening. You've got 110 more to go, but it's getting there.
Yep.
No shade, but 110.
They just the pandas covered in their compatriots' blood and soot are running away, and they just get lit up like the beginning parts of the Watchmen with Dr. Manhattan, just like exploding them.
Well, now that I see them clearly, and they're not in the damn trees anymore, I can totally take my time and cook them off one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking my fire and got a light hum of the Terran anthem.
Yeah,
just
Mm-hmm.
as I'm doing it.
There's a
This is the part of the movie where the camera like zooms in and it's just the like reflected flashes of the E-Cannon in Pasternak's eyes, and it's the same Pasternak we've seen all along that we know and love, and we realize like, oh no, this is
all monsters.
This isn't the movie I thought we. Oh no.
It's the sequel, which the audience gives a lower Rotten Tomatoes score to.
Yeah, so like, I mean, looking around at whatever's left, it's clear that they're trying to establish some sort of diplomatic parlay with you. These ones, there's no signs of black dust on these ones.
Okay.
I think I should have started with that.
No, I was picking that up.
So
Actually.
that made sense.
Yeah, so immediately it seems like the black dust is here, but not everywhere.
Yeah.
And
I also want to show on screen like this other level of fucked upness that we have, where Stone like goes over to the wreckage of the tribute box and just like checks it for weapons, and then it just ignores it. Like they're not like looting for gold or something. There's just like, whatever. Like this doesn't matter. It's just killing aliens. Like that's the whole deal.
Yeah. It doesn't take a roll to figure this out, but it seems like they probably wanted to ally you against the dust ones, right?
Yep, I was definitely picking that up too. We killed the infected, and they were coming out to like.
Thanks for killing the infected.
Whoa!
You think you're swell?
No. Your microphone.
Yeah,
Young has become a robot.
it's just weird.
The truth has been revealed.
We've been robots the whole time. I prefer the term artificial person.
Yeah.
Test.
Yeah, now you're good.
Okay.
Before that was so weird.
That was amazing. That was like the horrible reveal where like the android fixes their rubber face, briefly, so no one notices.
Annihilation. Yeah. No survivors. And yep. So, the only other issue that you guys are having here is, like, looking around, is that your guns are getting a little finicky, and, like, your suit's exposure to this sort of, like, temperature here, and it's something about the humidity and the ionosphere here. It's got a little crappy to your Mandelbrite suits. It's at that right balance of humidity and electrical charge that electronics don't really like.
They're already starting to break down.
Yeah, like you're like, shit. Okay, hold on. All right, we got to keep them dry, and there's you probably have some sort of like Mandelbrite quick dry, like QIK DRY that you can like spray on yourself. That like that like in these situations it lasts a certain amount of time. So you'll know that going back.
It's a combination quick dry and minty fresh breath spray.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it's got winter mint. That's the
Is
only
this
flavor.
Pasternak right before he goes charging into the Ewok like red thing?
Minty and chrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me that fresh taxi smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got evergreen flavor breath spray.
Perfect.
Oh God.
Yeah. So other than that, there's not going to be. So you guys are aware of that. It's not Chief's able to get out of here okay if there's anything else. But I think you guys have kind of secured this spot. You kind of got an idea of what you're facing. Are you bringing back a sample of any of them? Or are you cool with just the combat footage?
Nope.
Yeah, I think without direct orders from Dr. Hall, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't bring black dust back on the spaceship.
So here's the problem. Communicating to the ship is like not to Chief, but through the atmosphere is difficult.
That's fine.
That would require like, do you want to check in or be like,
no, we do not.
Yeah, because like we didn't know this was the thing in the first place, and you know that they would be interested in, and you're just not gonna. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that's where we're at.
As a matter of fact, if Hall starts talking about bringing the black dust again on board, there may be a very quiet conversation in a place with no recordings that may or may not involve power claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
What about putting the robots down?
That's fine.
You know,
As long as we have the option to just like hit the nuke everything button when we're done.
He's gonna murder everyone and then send in the Roombas.
Is it any different to what we normally do?
Yeah, no, not at all. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean up the wreckage of civilizations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our policy is never voluntarily communicate with command during the operation because they'll just give us more work to do. So if we can just go back,
That's a solid strategy.
I think only Pasternak was with me in that room. Well, no, Goodman was there. I think there's just like Young is actually kind of scarred by the experiences on the the Euphrates, like where we were originally, because like that scene in like Young has been largely unflappable throughout most of this, but the scene in that like converted gym with the bodies and everything, where she saw herself like with the black teeth and everything with the dust going through it. I think even under direct order, she would find a way to destroy that sample. Like that shit is not going back on board.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that it's a converted gem in her memory. Also, it's that it was a gem at some point, probably, right?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Well, the thing is that she's got to sleep at night, so she's got to tell herself a really nice bedtime story. The bedtime story is, I am real.
Yep, exactly.
And that is something that Delta Squad made 15 minutes ago. It was a gym before.
That was the total consensus from Goodman, Pasternak, and Young from that experience. They were like, nope. That was it.
Like, as a fan of that episode and as a Strash, I have absolutely a different narrative. But I guess no.
Yeah, I think right. Goodman's kind of pissed because he got stuck with a flame cannon duty, and you guys were like using the far range. Like he feels slighted by it. He's like, "Fucking, this would have been perfect for Elric." No fucking, you know. He doesn't cry, but he's like, that's what he's thinking about as they go.
Stone. That sounds like a sergeant problem.
Yeah. Well, no, I created that problem. You have the rocket pod, so I'm putting Goodman on the close range weapon so he doesn't get any kills. It's totally on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I think that's where we're gonna wrap up today.
All right.
Yeah.
So we load up on the ship. We're gonna come up with plans for the next time. We rocket back up throughout now.
Exactly.
So we're not done with this planet, though, right?
No, not at all. So I at the behest of John, as John's suggestion, I basically just drummed up a couple tokens as sort of like, this is the recon part, and the actual planetary mission with the 15 tokens will proceed as normal for the next part. Okay. So cool. So we'll talk about. I'm fine with continuing GMing this. If somebody else wanted to too, I would also pass the baton
Past the furry little red pandas with machine guns.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Maybe another
yeah,
planet.
you don't want to roleplay these things getting completely murdered and obliterated? Just put in a blender? No?
To be real, it would probably be easier than being the people pulling the triggers.
I was
but-
gonna say, if you're GMing, you don't have to shoot them.
I know.
Right.
It's true, but in for a penny, right? Like it's too late now.
Yeah. So, anyways, that'd be a wrap on episode 10 today then.
Some other universe where there's, diplomacy and we're reaching to the stars and trying to be human. No, not this game.
To be real, it probably would cause a mutiny and would require a lot of tests, but I think that Young could potentially, we could theoretically all agree to stuff and roll some NFAs. It's just...
Oh, totally. It's our game. We can change what the 316's mission is. We can do whatever. Like, we're totally free to play and to explore those avenues. But
I think one of the reasons we're playing this though is to just kind of showcase the game, and I'm playing it a little straight, right? I'm playing an oddball character because I'm not all raw 316. Let's go kill some bugs. I'm a little more removed to maybe portray a different point of view. But yeah, definitely I'm in for the standard. I'm looking to get down to my last weakness there. So
God, I have to use a strength.
oh, that's right. You do. Oh man.
Yeah. I like
good.
that's
good.
What a great problem. Yeah,
also we don't know what this thing's special ability are, and they do have an 8 alien ability. They are dangerous, right? It isn't.
Yeah,
it's just the situation is fucked up.
Yeah, the situation is rough. Yeah, you have not seen what they can do yet.
it might also be that the regular ones are about as threatening as what we've witnessed, and the juiced ones, the black dusted ones, are probably. I mean, they didn't know what they were dealing with. Now they do. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah. This has been episode 10. Let's go do some outros. John?
Yeah, thanks for running, Eric. That was fun. That special kind of Jason Morningstar fun. But no, seriously, this is 316, and I really appreciate the non-battle parts of this game. I think it's a good way to showcase that this game isn't just the range strip and taking out tokens. There's a lot more going on character-wise, and that stuff's been really cool. Even with you as Goodman's player not being the GM, Goodman as a character is still part of what we're doing, which I think is really cool. So I'm really enjoying all of that. You guys out there, if you want to follow me on Twitter, John_Harper is my Twitter handle, which is on the screen probably. And do I have anything coming up right now? Nothing really, except there's a Forged in the Dark game based on my game Blades in the Dark called Hack the Planet, which is on Kickstarter now. I highly recommend it. It's Fraser Simons is an amazing expert on cyberpunk and is making a cyberpunk game that is absolutely brilliant. If you love cyberpunk, it's incredible. So I highly recommend that. My own cyberpunk hack for Blades is basically being torn down to nothing because Fraser's game is so amazing. So if you've been jonesing for Null Vector, my cyberpunk hack, go get Fraser's game. It's way better. I'll make something else later down the road, but that's my recommendation. And thanks for watching. It's good to have. Thanks for the raid and everything, and the subscribers and all that. You guys keep us going here. So that's highly appreciated. And that's me, Strash.
Oh, hey, I'm Strash. You can find me on Twitter at StrashA, which you can probably see right under my name here. And if you enjoyed this game, there is a hack of mine of Blades in the Dark coming out probably sometime next month. That's going to be called Band of Blades. It is akin to 316 in some ways in the fact that it's military fiction, but it is a dark fantasy bent. So there's all of the horrific undead and things like that cropping up there. So yeah, that's the thing that you should be keeping an eye out for. I don't have any other particular shout outs to throw out here. What about you, Morgan?
Yeah, I'm Morgan at MC_Ellis. Again, probably see it down below. Yeah, nothing really new or interesting, exciting to report or talk about. But yeah, 316. We were making jokes about Ewoks, but then we have to actually kill them. This game. All right. So, Eric.
Yeah. So Strauss is also being very modest. Strauss is also the curator of Scum and Villainy. So I linked that in chat there. That's a great Blaze in the Dark hack while we're talking about it. It's Forge in the Dark. That is your Firefly. You can pitch it better than me, Strauss.
A space opera, right?
Yeah.
So like it's got inspirations from a lot of quarters, but it's its own beast. It's got
And
some
it's not
elements
just
of-
for like Star Wars, even though the name is Scum and Villainy. It's Guardians of
Yes.
the Galaxy, Firefly, lots of different space outlaws. Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
Look at everybody give my game hype.
Yeah.
So actually, there's a new version that'll be out of that. The PDF will be updated and cleaned up. The editor has gone through it and so on. So that stuff should be up soon, and there will be a physical release sometime in August. But we'll announce that when pre-orders and stuff are available. For now, you can get it in PDF, and if you get it via PDF, you'll be able to pick up. You'll get the final PDF version. But if you want the physical copy, you can
wait.
also wait a little bit. Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, and I also want to do a shout out to Admiral Duck Sauce, who played 316 yesterday. They bring up it also has amazing Roll20 support, which I mean, if you're anything like me and you play all your games online these days, that is a huge plus. So yeah, it's great. It's really nice. Yep. And and I'm EricVulgaris and everything like that. It's been 316. I think I have to double check the schedule, but I think we'll be good for next week. As things there's fewer cons these days. That ride is So I'm looking forward to more of this. More making you guys just feel awful about yourselves and what you're doing and what our mission is. So I'm looking forward to that. And one more thing, if you guys want to play Dungeon Crawl Classics with me, I'm getting a West Marches game set up, so ad hoc style, more EU friendly times in the day. Maybe I'm trying to fix the rest of my schedule to see maybe if I can play like really late, one night a week or something for everyone else. Sorry, EST. I don't know how I'm gonna fit you in, because I got games the rest of the time. But maybe some extra weekend games. I don't know. But yeah, that's DCC Fever Swamp stuff. You can find that stuff on Discord. The Discord link is here. So anyways, that's it for us today. Take care, y'all, and have a great rest of your week. See you next time.